Welcome back to Underway Drifting and Dreaming. I'm Jennifer. My husband Jim and I are spending the winter at the dock in Key West. Jim has a few projects for our stay. Check out our maintenance playlist for our past projects on the motor vessel Cetus, a 48-foot Kadey Krogen Whaleback. There are two types of days in the marina, the ones where boats leave and the ones where boats come apart. This is the second kind of day that happened on our prows while cruising. Dropping the mast takes seconds, though setting up in preparation is long and cumbersome. Jim enlisted the help of a boater while I was off the boat. So I'm going to show you while we were in Demopolis last year how we used the anchor windlass to drop the mast. So that line is connected or goes over a ladder on top of the pilot house. And Jim and I work together to lower the mast. Like I said, it only takes about 30 seconds, but you can see the setup there. And so while I'm on the bow, dropping that mast, Jim is guiding the mast into the yoke that is on the back deck. Why is there a Mary Poppins umbrella on the back of the mast? Well, Jim doesn't want to lose any screws, so having this here helps prevent any loss over the water. He's busy sanding down the mast. Why are we doing all this work? Because we want to replace our winch and put a hoist. So Jim is sanding everything, painted, primed, replaced items, replaced lines, and you'll see his line work here shortly. All right, what's going on, Jim? You kind of look like you have winter on the top and summer on the bottom. Key West can't make up its mind on temperature. All right, what did you go out and buy?
Some new fancy spreader lights.
Spreader lights, and that's for up on the mast. That's down. You can see it sitting in the yoke there.
They're the exact same ones, except they're blue and white.
Oh, cool.
So that should be kind of cool.
So this is looking like it's your workshop here.
Yeah, it's kind of messy.
You're in the middle of a few different projects. So zinc primer.
Alright. Next up. Alright.
So you get more pettit? That doesn't look like pettit.
It is.
Okay.
Got an epoxy, so I've got enough.
So you got to show me.
This primer, this is the easy epoxy, which I have here. It's almost out. And this primer got hard. So I think what I did, because I bought that in Houston last year, I put the thinner in and poured it back in there. So,
Excuse the planes flying over. It's a little noisy here.
silicone white rubber. This is just going to go between the stays that go on the mast.
Why, you're blinding me.
And the wire stays go on that. So this will just act as a little gasket between.
Lubricant. Not a lubricant.
So those are all shined.
So you shine those up?
Shined up.
All right, what else is in the bag?
Alright, tools.
Oh, my 55-plus-year-old husband doesn't have enough tools in his life?
Well, they're at home. I've got 3 rivet guns at home. Bought another one for the boat.
All right, so.
So I'm going to use aluminum rivets
And this is for what?
to mount instead of screws. So like these are for the yard arms, and that's where the little pulley attaches for our flags.
Oh, okay.
They're stainless steel. The old ones are all kind of corroded. But instead of putting screws in there, I'll drill the hole and I'll put aluminum rivet.
So rivet in there.
So instead of using screws, use rivets. And that's how I normally install stuff.
Because of the corrosion you're
Yeah,
trying to
because
prevent.
it'll have aluminum on aluminum, so it should prevent some corrosion.
All right. This is Pettit. 3175. So the spreader lights. Here's the rivet gun. So these are your spreader lights?
Yeah, that's
The old ones? Don't look very pretty.
no, they work, but they're just
It'll be pretty with the white and...
Yeah, brand new ones. So
Alright.
it'd be nice.
Once Jim finished with all the preparation, all the boat neighbors came over like a barn raising. It was different for motor vessel Cetus. Usually Jim and I raised the mast together, and this time the boat neighbors, they went ahead and took about less than 30 seconds to raise the mast up. So you can see here we have somebody on the roof just holding that mast in place, and then the other boaters are pushing that mast up, and Jim is making sure it goes all the way up. That's it. Now Mr. Do-It-Yourselfer has to put all the stays back into place, and he did shine each one of those stays. Beautiful blue lights. They're on the mast. Looking good. What in the world are you doing during the storm, Jim?
Little line work.
Is this part of your everything for the mast?
So this is for the boom. This is a new line for it. This is the old one. So
Okay.
it's pretty worn. So this will be for the port side. This will go up to the boom. So I'm gonna do this one next. That'll attach to the shackle on the boom. Then it'll come down, and I'll put another eye splice on this ring. And this is what the other fellow had on here. Works pretty good. So you have the ring, and then that way, when we center the boom, we have a lanyard with a snap ring on it that holds this in place. Now it keeps the boom from going left to right. This one, that goes all the way forward to the port side to the winch. We have an indicator here. So when it's leading forward to the bow, this is an indicator.
Oh, when it gets to the cabin.
So it gets to the cabin side, we know the boom is out as far forward as it possible. I put it on here, same as the other one, but we may end up taking this off and adjusting it. Just because when I make this line here, it may be a couple inches shorter or longer. And then this end, I've got shrink wrap on it. So you can push the line through that little brake lever, that cam lock. So
Okay.
if you don't have that on there, you can't push the rope through. So
Yeah, that's... Uh-oh. You got a phone call. Another Krogen owner. What are you doing? Trying to close the eye? Oh, okay.
closing the eye.
Go down.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Bruce.
Need me to grab it? I can put more body weight into it. All right, see how it's
Too bad.
coming down? And with weather too, will that kind of tighten it up
I mean,
after water and
there's
time
a little
outside?
stretching in there. I'll put a whipping here.
Okay, so we'll lock it in.
I think I learned on this one is when it's pretty straight, there's a little bit of a curve here.
Yeah.
So the core, when I put the core back in, the crossover point is it's nothing but visual. So this is where it came out. So I had a hard time getting the core through, and I ended up using less tape on the fib, and it was able to pull the cord through. and you pull the core all the way out, and then cut it to 45, shorten it, and then you pull it back. So the core is in here and the cover's in here. So it's
A lot of material.
kind of pulls on itself. That's pretty good. Put a whipping like that. Or they call it the crossover. That's what you want. You want
The crossover.
this core to be underneath there where it came out with the core.
Okay.
So it's not bad. 2 more to do.
I'll sign off your qualifications.
My double braid splicing. What else do you do in Key West when it's 22 degrees?
I mean, 22 degrees in like Miami, right?
I think it's 50. Pilot House was 58 this morning when I turned on the heat. All right.
Good grief. So when Jim was talking about a whipping, he's talking about that right there. And then he was talking about going through the, oh, I can't think of the name. That had been talking about. So the line from the boom goes through here. Jim finished up on the mast. He has all the stays. You can see all the cables up there, the lines. He did some line work, and we'll show you that in the next video when he puts up the boom. You can see the boom on the deck. It's been painted. He's ordered a new hoist. It has arrived. He's doing all the electrical work. So that mast is back up and just waiting on Jim to finish all the electrical work and waiting for, it's called Dyneema, to come in for the new hoist. So we switched out from a winch to a hoist. What's in the box, Jim?
Valentine's Day present.
Really? It says Warren. Wow, what is that?
It's a controller, power supply.
So it's a power supply. A cord. Up, down.
It's not as long as the other cord.
Ooh, that looks heavy. That's your new hoist?
That's a hoist, no longer a winch.
Got rid of the winch on the boat. It looks
Still on board,
1,000 pounds. Hoist with all the parts. So that will be going on the boom. All right, Jim said he doesn't have to drill any holes. That makes it the best ever.
I just ran a hole here and a oblong hole there. Oh, my back.
So he still needs to go get the Dyneema to go on the hoist. So we have a little bit more work to do. Jim has the Dyneema on here. He spliced it. Let's check out a splice here on the end. This line is new, which goes all the way to the top of the mast. And I'm going to be working this line here in a second. We're gonna bring the boom down. This is an old Dyneema, which was kind of compressed since it was on the winch for, I'm not sure how long.
Is there new sport fish coming in?
Jim completed all the electrical. He has a
Careful, Mishaki.
off button here. He has the wiring here. We drop the boom. Start here. So Jim and I are both able to do that. I work the line to drop it down. So all the other lines are new. There's a barbecue benefit going on. And here's that line, clutch or line stop that I had been talking about. So the line from the boom goes through here, and then I can draw the broom in, and when I am done, it locks it in place. So that line stops there. All right, why did Jim take down the boom? To hook up the tackle. Here's a...
Basically, it was this line that was chafed that led to this whole project. So got new double braid, high splice. That'll lead to the port side.
And that's the starboard side.
This block is perfect. So I just need to put a
pin
safety wire on it. This better so it doesn't slide.
So that just gives support.
Like,
it doesn't move it back and forth.
No, it just keeps you from...
Keeps it from what?
Lift.
Oh. Alright. So it just looks so pretty. All pretty white. So what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and attach the line. And we'll hoist the boom back up. So the boom does swing right and left. You've seen us put the tender over and bring it back up. Alright, we have a port side. We're looking at this backwards port. We have a starboard side. And
my high splice and Dyneema.
Ice splice. And that will come down. And this will connect to the tender. And
So
you have
2 to 1.
pulley there. And then, so this is the going down to the
Hoist.
That goes from the hoist, and then this will go to the tender, the metal, I don't know what it's called.
Block.
Well, it's a block, but it's going to the big bar that goes
Spreader
down.
bar.
Spreader bar. All right. Let's get this up and so we can watch the sunset. Jim, Mr. Do-It-Yourself, did a fabulous job. That mast is beautiful, white and shining. He checked off another job on his winter work list. New hoist, new lines, new paint, and shiny stays. This operation occurred over 3 months. There was no hurry. We were off enjoying adventures off the boat while waiting for the horse to arrive. We look forward to lifting the dinghy with less noise. Currently, the dinghy is sitting on the dinghy float, which makes an easy getaway for us to get underway for adventures. Thanks for watching. Keep on watching. We'll be making more. Check out our maintenance playlist from working on the generator, changing the oil in the 3208, AC cleaning, fuel filter changes, last winter's deck repair, and our summer 2025 haul out.